a lesson plan for evaporation. So first of all, write H2O on the board and ask people, the students, what does H2O mean? What's the H? What's the O? What's the 2? And get opinions and give marks in your mark book for the right ones. Hopefully you'll get H is hydrogen and O is oxygen and the 2 means there's 2 hydrogens, and then I draw the Mickey Mouse. And I always mention it's a Mickey Mouse because it doesn't matter which way up it is. It looks like Mickey Mouse. Big circle, 2 small circles, fantastic, H2O. And then I put H2O, H2O, H2O on the board, G, L, S. And I ask them in brackets, what's the G, the L and the S? And then I might give clues to say, oh, it's different states of matter. It's different ways that H2O can be. One of these is steam. So giving clues, slowly letting the marbles fall into place so that people get to put their hands up. And whoever's first gets to have a go and gets the mark. No negative marks. Not unless they shout out. And then next thing to do is to say, great, what happens with puddles on a sunny day? How come puddles go away? It's H2O. L, what does it go? Does it go into the road? No, the road is not like a carpet. It's not like a sponge. It doesn't absorb all that water. It might absorb a tiny amount, but no. Where's the H2O go? It's H2OL. Which one is it going to turn into? Ice? Or is it going to turn into this one? Now, what's steam called? When it's not hot. When you breathe out on a cold day. Now, it looks like steam, but it can't be steam because your lips would scald if it was 100 degrees C. And so all of these little waypoints I'm writing in my lesson plan, including the word scald, because it's an easy word to lose, and it's an interesting word. Gets the students interested. It's a special word. It's not burn, it's scald. When it's 100 degrees C steam. And hopefully we'll get hands up and they'll add to the story, and I'll draw the puddle with all the H2Os. Little Mickey Mouses. O, 2 H's. Some this way up, some that way up. And we'll get into which ones make it into the air first. Is it the slow ones or the fast ones? And so, yeah, the fast ones, the ones with more energy, break through the surface, nice arrow on the diagram, and become humidity, water vapor. And then there's a word that starts with evo and ends with vapor, and might get evaporation. We may even get, there's a type of milk that's done this. It's a type of milk that's much, much stronger, condensed milk, because the water's been evaporated away. Evaporated milk. Maybe. It's worth going for in little tins. If possible, bring a tin in from the local shops. And every time they walk down the aisle and spot that, they go, oh, evaporated milk. And then you talk about washing out on the line. What sort of day does your washing dry better on? A windy day or a not windy day? A hot day or a cold day? A humid day or a dry day? Where would you be to dry your washing best? In a desert or in a rainforest? And so getting the students saying things, slowly building up the board. After every 10 minutes or so, stopping and say, okay, you've got 2 minutes to write that stuff down. And then I'm going to start on the next bit. And as soon as you've got a couple of students, walk around, ticking books. As soon as you've got a couple of students that have got all that stuff down, you start heading towards the next bit. You do it the hardest bit, like H2O, L, S, G. What's this? And so the hardest working students get the most time to have a go at the new stage in the lesson when it's at its most difficult. And the students that are finding it more difficult to write fast, hopefully, are in listening, starting to concentrate and have a chance of putting their hand up to get to the next waypoint, the next stage in the lesson. So there's washing. So the next thing is another thing that relies on evaporation: fridges, freezers, air conditioning. How do they work? How does evaporation of the special liquids inside these fridges, freezers, air conditioning, they used to be CFCs, caused a hole in the ozone layer. That hole is in the ozone layer. Now we have taken the CFCs out of, and then it's good to have a spray can. Not deodorant. No, better off with some other kind of spray can. Spray cream. Get everyone interested. And you say that the same gas in here was the gas that was in fridges, freezers, and air conditioners. It's good to say it several times. Always repeat yourself without being boring. Almost like a mantra. Fridges, freezers, air conditioning. The same gas, CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. That gas is now banned. It's the hole in the ozone layer. The great climate problem of the 1990s is now solved by governments banning a chemical that was used too much. It was a brilliant chemical for its job, and then we found out it made a climate problem. Because we're in another one. It's CO2 this time. So it's nice for the students to know that climate crises in the past have been solved by political action, by changing what chemicals can be used and released into the environment. We're trying to do that now with CO2, and it's good to talk to it about it at this point. And then you drag them back. So, okay, the next one to help you with your aircon, freezers, fridges is a drop of sweat on my skin. What does it do? It evaporates because it disappears. Why? Why do I sweat when I am hot? How does that help? Well, the fast-moving, most energetic, most kinetic energy, water molecules, H2Os, escape into the air, taking that energy away elsewhere, going up and becoming clouds. Cools me down. Sweating is about making me cool. And inside the pipes at the back of the fridge, that often there's a guard on there so you can't touch it anymore, but you used to. Old fridges, you could hurt yourself by touching the back of the fridge, the freezer, or the air conditioner, and touch where it's very hot. And the very hot part is where the evaporation is happening, inside the pipes. And it's evaporating and getting squeezed. Oh, the wrong way around. Sorry. Where it evaporates is the cold part that's inside the freezer, fridge, air conditioner, and you're hoping to get everybody saying the mantra. That's the cold part where it's evaporating and where it's condensing, where the motor that you can hear is squeezing it back down. That's what you hear when the air conditioner, fridges, freezers, air conditioners, squeezing it back down to make it into a liquid again. That gives loads of heat that comes out the back, could burn your hand. But now they've put metal bits at the back so you can't hurt your hand. It's not so energy efficient, but you always have a gap above your fridge, freezer, air conditioner to let the hot air get out and away. Anyway, that's my lesson plan for you for evaporation and fridges, freezers, air conditioners.